The most secure chamber in the known galaxy was silent, except for the wet sound of human blood dripping on white marble. 7 alien species, tentacles, crystals, feathers, stone, water, light, fungus, sat frozen. Their translators all spat the same error code, emotion_overload. On the central holoscreen floated the wreckage of 312 Cygnian dreadnoughts. Some drifting. Some burning. Some flying straight into their own suns. And in the middle of the carnage stood one man. Helmet cracked. Armor melted to his skin. Left arm hanging by meat and carbon fiber. Still holding a broken M77 like a baseball bat. Still singing. The Zorathian ambassador's tentacles went limp. The Vex delegate actually shattered one of its own facets from stress. The Cygnian representative vomited violet blood on the table. Council President, a 12-foot silicate named Logic Prime 7, slammed a crystalline gavel so hard the chamber cracked. By unanimous vote, whatever that human just did is hereby classified Omega threat. Effective immediately, it is banned. Forever. The human on the screen spat a tooth, looked straight into the camera, and grinned through a mask of blood and alien gore. You can ban the song all you want, buddy. But you can't ban what it makes us do. Then he flipped the entire Galactic Council the bird with his one good hand. And kept singing. Humanity had been in the Galactic Council for exactly 43 years. We were still the new kids. The Deathworlders. The ones who ate with their mouths open and laughed at funerals. The Cygnian Ascendancy, bird-faced bastards with feathers sharper than monoblades, decided we were an infection. They gave Earth 7 days to surrender 12 core colonies. Council called it an internal matter. Translation, not our problem. So Earth did the most human thing possible. We sent one ship. The USS Alabama. An antique battlewagon from the Jupiter Rebellion. 400 crew. Running on duct tape and hate. Commanding officer, Colonel Maria Reyes, ice-cold Texan, could make a drill sergeant cry. Passenger nobody wanted, Sergeant John Reaper Mitchell. Court-martialed 3 times. Dishonorably discharged twice. Currently in chains in the brig for excessive enthusiasm during the Saturn uprising. He was being transported to a penal moon. The Cygnians just gave him a free detour. Day 6 of the ultimatum. 312 Cygnian capital ships blinked into high orbit above Clyros 7, a dusty mining rock with 40,000 human colonists. Alabama dropped out alone. The bird admiral, Hytalon Varix, broadcast on open channel. Primitive apes. You have 1 hour to evaluate your colony. Then we sterilize the surface. Colonel Reyes' reply was short. Suck my exhaust port, Chicken Little. Then she cut the channel and looked at her bridge crew. Launch everything. And somebody wake up the psycho in the brig. We're gonna need him. Reaper was handcuffed to a pipe when the first boarding pod punched through Deck 7. 5,000 elite Cygnian shock troopers poured in, 8 feet tall, talons like bayonets, plasma lances glowing white. 19 minutes later the Alabama was silent except for screams and the hiss of melting bulkheads. They dragged Colonel Reyes to the bridge in chains, forced her to watch the colony burn on live feed. Then they opened Reaper's cell for a public execution. Big mistake. The Cygnian executioner raised a ceremonial talon axe. Reaper looked up, smiled, and said in perfect Cygnian, "Y'all got a stereo on this boat?" The bird hesitated. Reaper headbutted him so hard the beak exploded. Grabbed the axe. Cut his own handcuffs. And started walking. By the time he reached main engineering there were only 13 humans left alive. All wounded. All out of ammo. All laughing like madmen. Reaper kicked the door open covered in green blood. Plan? Reyes coughed, lung shot. Reaper grinned like the devil. Same plan we always have, ma'am. Piss him off till they make a mistake. He looked at the young comms officer, kid named Ramirez, barely 19. Ramirez. You still got that antique drive with 21st century music? Yes, Sergeant. Play track 7. Fleet-wide broadcast. Maximum gain. Ramirez stared. Sir, that's illegal under Council Sci-War protocols. Reaper laughed, voice like gravel and broken glass. Good. Play the damn song. Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue. The speakers on the Alabama, patched into every Cygnian comm channel, exploded with Creedence Clearwater Revival at 140 decibels. And something happened. Every dying human on the ship, lungs full of blood, bones shattered, started singing. And laughing. And walking toward the enemy. Reaper led the way, axe in one hand, broken rifle in the other, singing at the top of his lungs. And when it's time to take a stand, it ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no senator's son. The first wave of Cygnians fired. Plasma bolts melted walls. Reaper kept walking. Took a bolt to the chest plate, armor cooked to his skin, kept walking. Took one to the shoulder, bone vaporized, kept walking. Laughing the whole time. Behind him the 12 remaining humans formed a line. Singing. Bleeding. Laughing. Walking. The Cygnians hesitated. Then something broke inside them. One bird dropped his weapon and clawed his own eyes out. Another turned his lance on his squad mates. A third flew straight into a bulkhead at full speed. Within 4 minutes the entire boarding force, 5,000 elite warriors, was dead or insane. Not from bullets. From a song. From human laughter in the face of certain death. From the realization that these apes, these prey, were happy to die screaming defiance. The song kept looping. Every Cygnian ship in the fleet received the broadcast. Pilots started laughing hysterically and crashing into each other. Gunners turned weapons on their own bridges. Engineers vented atmosphere while singing in broken English. Hightalon Varix, safe in his flagship, watched his armada tear itself apart. He tried to give the order to retreat. His comms officer was too busy clawing his own feathers off while sobbing, "It ain't me." 42 seconds later the entire Cygnian fleet was gone. Some self-destructed. Some flew into the sun. Some just drifted dead. Reaper stood on the shattered bridge of the Alabama, the only human still standing, covered in blood that wasn't his, still singing. Colonel Reyes, dying in his arms, looked up and smiled. "Told you, we just needed the right moment." Then she died. Reaper closed her eyes. Looked at the camera drone the Cygnians had left running. And spoke directly to the Galactic Council watching live. "You wanted to know what makes humans dangerous? This right here. You can take our ships. You can take our worlds. You can even take our lives. But you will never take this." He held up the antique music drive. One song. 400 years old. Still scares the shit out of you. Sleep tight. Then he crushed the drive in his fist. Council emergency session. 3 days later. Galactic Council emergency session. Every delegate present. Reaper walked in alone. No guards dared stop him. He was still wearing the same melted armor. Still carrying Colonel Reyes' dog tags. He walked to the center of the chamber, dropped a data chip on the table. "Highlights reel," he said. 42 seconds. "Watch it." They did. When it ended the chamber was silent except for the sound of someone crying. Logic Prime 7 spoke first. "Sergeant Mitchell, what you did, what that noise did to an entire fleet, is beyond warfare. It is a crime against sentience itself." Reaper shrugged. "Funny. We call it Tuesday." The vote was 847-0. Humanity abstained. Effective immediately, the use of human morale, music, laughter, or any related psychological phenomenon is designated Forbidden Weapon Class Omega. Punishable by planetary glassing. Reaper laughed so hard he coughed blood. You're banning hope? Good luck enforcing that. He turned to leave, paused. Oh, one more thing. He pulled out a small hollow projector. Showed a picture of a little girl, maybe 6 years old, red hair, missing front teeth, holding a crayon drawing of Earth. My daughter drew this before I left. Want to know what she wrote on the back? He flipped it. In shaky kid handwriting. Daddy's coming home. Because humans don't lose. He looked at the entire council. Ban whatever you want. We'll just find something else to sing. Then he walked out. As the doors closed behind him, every delegate heard it. One voice. Then 100. Then millions. Across every human frequency. The song started again. Some folks are born made to wave the flag. The council tried to jam it. Couldn't. Tried to ban it. Couldn't. Because somewhere out there, on a broken battleship limping home, one human kept singing. And every human who heard it smiled. Because we finally understood the weapon they were really afraid of. It wasn't the ships. It wasn't the guns. It was the fact that when you back a human into a corner and tell him he's going to die, he starts laughing and singing and walking forward. And that, ladies and gentlemen of the galaxy, is the one thing you can never, ever ban. Because you can kill a human. But you can't kill what makes him human. And that's why, after 42 seconds of Fortunate Son, the Galactic Council banned the most dangerous weapon in the universe. Hope you enjoyed the story. Now go be proud to be human. See you in the next one.